Well, the political tension in the U.S. seems to be ramping up in the wake of the assassination of political commentator Charlie Kirk. University of Toronto's Eric Merkley joining us this morning. Eric, thanks for taking time for us. This is your wheelhouse, so let's just start with your level of concern and what we have seen in terms of that tension increasing in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death.
Yeah, I'm obviously very concerned. It's clear that political violence is rising in the United States. That's been true for the past 5 years or so. A rise in crime that relating to the targeting of individuals simply because of what they believe. Most of those violent attacks have been perpetrated by right-wing extremists. It's a small proportion of hate crimes in the United States, but it's definitely increasing, and it's something we should be very, very concerned about.
And so how much of we've heard lots of different sort of theories behind where this is coming from. What is the research telling us about whether we should be laying this at the feet of, Donald Trump or social media and algorithms?
Yeah. So I think it's important to take a step back and recognize that the overwhelming majority of Americans do not support political violence. So best estimates suggest it's anywhere from 2 to 4%. The vast majority of Americans do not support political violence. And so it's less a problem of there's a lot of people in the public that support this, and more that there are a few people in the public that support this, and the climate is incentivizing their action. And what I mean by that is you have politicians, especially in the Republican Party, that are using violent rhetoric on the day-to-day. Just the other day, we had a Fox News host advocate for the murder of mentally ill homeless people. And this has been normalized in the United States to an alarming degree, this type of rhetoric. And so people are going to act on it. People in the public, a very, very small percentage, are going to act on it. And in the United States, the lack of gun control, it allows people to take up those actions really easily. So very, very concerning. But I believe the blame is mostly placed on politicians and party elites that traffic this violent rhetoric. And social media plays a role too of transmitting that rhetoric to people as well, and to extremists. So it's a bit of both.
It's a bit of both. To what extent are we seeing that in Canada?
So again, Canadians do not support political violence. Very, very low. Same estimates actually as the United States. But it's a bit different here in that our political elites do not traffic in that sort of rhetoric the same way. And people don't have the means to take out these violent acts nearly as much as in the United States. So I think we're in better shape in Canada. But I do worry about cross-border contagion. All this rhetoric coming from the United States, affecting people in Canada. Again, a very, very small minority. And it's not about polarization. It's about people that have antisocial personality traits, high in things like psychopathy, trait aggression. These people that are pretty violent, and they take up causes when they see violent rhetoric in their day-to-day, and all that's coming in from the United States. And so even though I think we're in better shape in Canada, I am worried about that sort of contagion effect from the U.S.
And certainly hope that the temperature gets lowered in our friends south of the border. Eric, thanks so much for your time this morning. Very much appreciate it. That is the University of Toronto's Eric Merkley.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.